Hello, hello, and welcome back to Out of War. My name is Quad, and in the last episode, I was messing about with the factory. In today's episode, we're going to mess about with the factory a little bit more. So let's get down there and let's get started. So I was having some issues in the last episode, trying to figure out how to do this the most efficient way, or at least being able to get all of the items that I want to get. And one of the biggest problems was with the steel. So if you come back out here to the store and we go to the metal sorter, we're going to be putting this puppy in. So I'm going to buy it right now for 8,200. And what I'm going to do is we're going to separate out the iron ore and the aluminum before it goes into the smelter. In fact, it's going to also require me to buy a second high temperature smelter. So let's go ahead and grab the second high temperature smelter right away as well. There we go. I got it for 10,000. Yeah, because I want to basically split it before it goes in. And then I need both of them to go through the high temperature smelter and then come out again, because I want to have melted iron as well as melted steel. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to probably push everything back a bit. I do like where I have this sitting, which is this little tube here, right? Which is from our gravel maker machine. And then our frother that separates the gravel into all of the things. So I'm going to leave this bit here just like this. Now we're going to punch this all back a bit. Let's bring back our HUD for one with F3. Switch it over to the hammer. Let's get rid of this thing. That's the high temperature smelter. And then we're just going to kind of destroy all the rest of this as well. And we're going to redesign it a bit. Let me hit F2 to get rid of that toolbar on the left. And yeah, that's going to be fine for now. Okay, so all of our ore is going to come down onto this conveyor belt, right? So let's get a splitter real quick. There we go. So now it's going to go to the left and it's going to go to the right. So now we need to get some more turning pieces. Right here, if it comes this way, we're going to have to get a right piece, which I already have. So let's lay this down like that. And we're going to probably have to get a left piece here just so it comes out a bit. Which I don't own any left pieces, so we're just going to buy one real quick and stick that here. And then I'm going to grab another right piece to stick right here. And boom, just like that. Okay, so now we have all of our ore being split into half and half, right? So no matter what it is, it's all going to be equally split, which is going to be great. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick a metal sorter in right here. Or are we going to bring it up a bit? Let me see. I think we're going to bring it up just a smidgen. So like that, and then the metal sorter. It's a little bit off of the ground, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So I think we're going to leave that the way it is. So now if we look at the metal sorter, it has a back belt and a front belt, right? So I need to actually extend this out a bit. So let's go and destroy it again. Let's put in this little tube hanger, just like that. Now let's put the metal sorter back in like that. There we go. And if we look here at the metal sorter, the iron and aluminum's going to come out the bottom side right here. So which way do we want to send this bottom side? I doubt this way because it's kind of crammed over here. So let's go ahead and put a right piece to come out through this. And we're going to stick it there just like that. And then let's go ahead and grab another right piece and stick it this way, just like that. There we go. And now we're going to set up a high temperature smelter. We're good on this side. We are not good on this side. It is clipping through, so we're going to get rid of all this machinery as well. Don't want it. Don't need it. Get the hell out of here. Let's get rid of all of it, actually. Even these bits and bobs over on this side. There we go. And I might as well get rid of all this. We don't have anything in here right now, so we're going to just destroy it all. Yeah, so today is a building day. We'll probably do a little bit of digging on the ass end of the video. But anyway. Now, it's going to be a little bit tricky to do this. Especially if we want to do it the right way. So let's see what it looks like if we put this up piece here. Yeah, this is not going to work. It's going to hit that thing. Okay. I think we're just going to get another offset piece real quick. So I got an offset right piece. There we go. It's going to come off to the right like that. And let's see if we could run it upward now. Okay, this is going to work. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw on the right piece. There we go. And then we need to head straight a bit here. Let me get a couple long pieces. We're going to have to actually get a down piece as well. So I'm going to grab this 8x4 down piece. That's going to bring it down to about right there. In fact, I should have probably brought it down just a bit more. So I'm going to destroy this one. Let's put in the other one. Yeah, I think this is going to work a little bit better. I'll have to dig it out just a bit, but it's going to be fine. At least it's going to line up with this one, right? So now what do we need to do? Well, let me think about this for a second. So what do we got going on right now? We got it splitting out this way, right? Which is going to be the iron and aluminum that's getting separated out right here. And then it's going into the high temperature smelter. This is going to turn into melted aluminum and melted steel, which means we're going to turn this into bloom. So we're going to put on a straight piece first. We're going to put the bloom roller down, another straight piece, and then the beam roller. That should be good. It's a little bit low. We might have to dig it out a bit, but I want to keep that in one straight line. So now what's going to come out of here is going to be steel beams and then aluminum bloom. Now we're going to be doing both. We're going to be doing iron and steel. So we're going to be doing a mix of everything, but we're going to do that on the other side. Now, in order to do that though, I'm going to have to use a combination between the high temperature smelter and the regular smelter, because I don't want all my iron to turn into steel with the high temperature. I need it to also remain as an iron. So we need to place down the regular smelter first and then the high temperature smelter after, just in case we know there's going to be aluminum. So let's go ahead and do that over on this side. So let's see, I might need to raise this up a bit, or is this going to be fine? Now it looks like it's going to be fine. So we got regular smelter there. Let's put a straight piece on. I'm just going to do the two banger, and then we're going to slap down the high temperature smelter next. Boom, just like that. Okay, and then after this we're going to put another straight piece, and then our coil roller, and I might need to start turning it. Okay, can we stick the plate shear right on here? How far does that go? Let's see. Okay, it's a little bit too far. Yeah, we're going to turn it first. So let's go ahead and destroy that. We're going to need to get a couple left pieces here, which I already got. 1, 2, and then we're going to put the plate shear on next. Boom, there we go. And then we need to also combine this this one with this one over here. So we'll do that here in a second. But I think this is what I'm looking for. I got kind of confused here. We still have everything else coming out the front of this as well. So we need to do something with all of that. There's going to be everything in there, by the way. So I need to send it back on itself, basically. Well, not even back on itself. We need to get it back onto that belt over here, like on this side, right? So then it can come back through this way and go through that stuff. So that's gonna be a little bit tricky, but not too bad, right? Let's just put in a right piece. Let's just put a right piece right there, and then another right piece. Boom, just like that. And then we need it to go slightly up, not a bunch. There we go. And then we just want to run it straight. Yeah, this should work. Okay, let's get a few straight pieces at least. Looks like 2 maybe. And by 2, I do mean of the 4 bangers here, like this. There we go. Check it out. And then I just need to get a little hopper piece to put right here. Or not a hopper, but a chute. There we go. I would like that to be a little bit higher, honestly. I don't like it being that low. So let's go ahead and bring it up just a bit more. Let's destroy this one, and this one, and then let's just get another one of these right here, and boom, just like that. There we go. And then we want it to go straight. There we are. And then we'll put in the chute. Yeah, this will look a lot better, actually. Okay, so the chute will go there. Okay, so basically we split everything right here. It comes to the right, it comes up through here, it goes through the metal sorter, aluminum and iron gets sorted out, goes through the high temperature smelter, turns into steel and melted aluminum, and then it goes through the bloom machine, the whatever the hell the bloom turns into, the beams, which will make steel beams. We will have aluminum bloom, but that's okay. We'll just sell that as is, and then everything else is going to come through here. It's going to wrap around, and it's going to go back on to this track, which will go through the regular smelter, then the high temperature smelter, and it'll turn into the other things. So I think that's almost everything. The only other thing I need to do is get that side attached to this side. So we're going to make a couple moves here. We need to get our storage put into place, but if we just attach the storage here, it actually would work. Okay, I thought it was going to clip, but no, it doesn't. But you know what? I don't want to do that. We're going to get rid of that one. We're just going to put a little one banger in and then put the storage in, and then does it clip? Ah, it doesn't clip. Excellent. Okay. Now the only problem is this one little piece here. So because that's where I'm going to drop off the rest of these items. I don't really want to run it through the machines again. So we're going to get a left piece for this side. Here's the left. Okay, we're going to have to dig this out a bit. That's okay, though. Here is the up. I think that's going to probably be okay. And then let's put on the left again. I don't think that's where I want it. In fact, let me jump over here real quick and see. Now I need at least a one banger in there. So we'll put this little one banger in, and then the left piece. Yeah, that lines up perfectly right. Now we just need a bunch of straight pieces to run it all the way to this spot where we can just dump all of our steel beams in aluminum bloom. Anyway, how many spaces is that going to be? Possibly 5. So I think just a 4-banger. So let's stick it down and see. Boom, there we go. Yep, and then just a chute will be fine, which we will put right there. And there we go. And that should do the whole freaking thing, bro. That should do exactly what I'm looking for. How long did that take me? Not long at all. Barely over 20 minutes. Okay, before we get started, though, I do want to dig out a bit of these pieces here. I don't like these rollers being under the ground like that. So let's get our pickaxe. And let me just do some quick digging on these. Yeah, you can see the motor down there that was buried, so... And the only thing that we're going to really be wasting on this setup is a little bit of aluminum that's going to turn it into bloom. Everything else is going to be things. So we could also slap on another splitter somewhere and make some rods as well. Okay, there we go. I think that's going to do. Let's go ahead and put the rest of these things back in. That was the beam roller and then a left piece. There we go. Everything seems to be uncovered pretty well. You know what? In fact, I'm going to dig out this one just a bit real quick. Okay, I think that'll be okay. Let's put these back on. Actually, probably not going to be okay because I do want to actually put that rod roller on. Oh, and I forgot my bar roller as well. I do need to also put my bar roller back on as well, so I can't forget that. But I want to do this rod roller. Now, the only problem with this setup is I won't have steel coming in for my rods, I don't believe. So we're going to have to get that figured out because let me look at everything again. We have it being separated right here. Iron and aluminum is coming through here. It's only turning into steel and aluminum bloom, and then everything else is getting diverted over to the other side, which lands in through here, right, and then comes back up, and then it's going through this. So actually what I do need to do is something a little bit different here. I'm gonna have to put in another splitter right here. I didn't account for it, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. So how can I do this? I guess what I could do is get rid of this turny piece, right? And go straight a bit. So let's put a straight piece down right here. And then we're going to put the right piece on right here. And then what I want to do is put the splitter on right here. And then I need to send this back over to that spot, to this conveyor right there. So I think if I put a right piece on and then, okay, that's not going to work. Maybe if I extend it out by just one more. So let me do that. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of the splitter. I'm going to throw a one banger on just right here. And then we're going to throw the splitter on. Hop back up. I'm going to put the right. Then, oops, wrong button. The left. There we go. And then this is not going to really fit, is it? Damn it, bro. Yeah, I'm going to have to redesign. This thing's a hot mess. Okay. I'm going to have to basically destroy all the way back there, I think. Damn it, dude. No, you know what? This is going to work. This is going to work. Watch. We're going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to put on this one. It's going to go directly in like so. There we go. Yeah. No, this is going to work, actually. Only thing is I need to get a one banger. Place it right here. And then we could just put a chute right here. Like that. There we go. And then that will feed into that. Okay. I'm going to have to dig this out a bit. There is a little bit of clipping action going on. So I'm just going to destroy it. And just dig this out a little bit here. Very confusing. I know. Don't use this as a tutorial, damn it. Okay. I'm warning you now. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this one in like that. And that should work. Yeah. Okay. And then all I need to do is feed this side over to the high temperature smelter. So we're going to get a right piece and place it right here like that. We're going to get a straight piece, run it down like this. And then another right piece right here. And we're going to run this straight and put a chute there. So then it'll drop and then go into the high temperature smelter. So then we'll have this line coming through the regular smelter making iron, this one, and then also splitting and going into the high temperature smelter making steel. Is this going to be enough? I don't think so, and that's far too far down. Okay, so I just need to get, I think, a 4-banger. and place it like that. And then we just need to stick a chute on right here like that. And there we go. And then that should drop into there. And that should make us on this high temperature smelter steel, which will then pass through. We'll make steel coils, we'll make steel sheets, and then we need to get rid of this thing here. And we're going to place a right piece there. We're going to put a little straight piece, another right piece right here. And then we're going to have to dig it out just a bit, but then we're going to put a rod roller in, which I have right here. Boom, just like that. And we're running out of room, so I think we're going to have to bring it up top here. So let's put an up piece on right here. Boom, like that. That should be good. And then the bar roller there. And then the storage. Well, we're going to put a straight piece on first, just like that. And then the storage, just like so. Okay, I'm going to dig this all out just a little bit. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, let's stick everything back up, which of course is the bar roller, a straight piece, and then the storage. Okay. So this should do everything that I wanted to do, which is going to be everything, right? We got the rod roller here, which does iron, copper, aluminum, and steel. And then the bar roller up here, which should be basically anything that can't be done with those things, should come out with this. Okay, well, you know what? Let's see how much energy this takes. It's quite the large thing, so I'm not sure how to go about this. We have a max capacity of 3,600 kilowatts, and this is up to 3,430. Holy crap. I'm literally right under the max load, which is kind of cool and interesting. But let's fire it up. Let me see if I got this thing all working properly. Yeah, there's only one way to find out, and that is going to be to literally fire it up. So let's refuel it. Boom, there we go. Let's turn it on. Let's turn on the hopper. Boom, there we go. Everything should be running fine. Let's go ahead and hop into the drone real quick, actually, and let's take a look at this monstrosity. Look at this thing. Okay, I'm hoping this all works out as I had it envisioned inside of my brain. So yeah, we're gonna have to just see. So let's hop in here and let's just do, I don't know, a little bit of digging. Like, we'll get some from over here, we'll get some from over there. I want to get a good sample size, so like a good amount, at least maybe 4 or 5 scoops. So let's come down here first, and I guess the only thing I have left over here is on that left side. We're gonna switch it to the bucket view though. Let's bring this thing down to about like that, right? Actually, I'm gonna start scraping off this way. There we go. Let's lift it. Let's go dump it. And here we go. Is all that stuff running back there? It looks like one of the smelters is not even running. I wonder why. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's not hooked up because of the chutes and stuff. Let me shut this off real quick. Let me see here. Yeah. See, there's no smoke coming out of those 2 stacks back there. And I think it's because I don't have them actually connected. I'm using a chute system. Yeah, that's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. Damn it. Okay. Fair enough. How are we gonna go about that? And that's gonna increase. I might have to add a completely different power solution onto this. Yeah, see how it's not moving? Damn it, you guys. Okay. Well, shite. What do I do now? Yeah, and say even this thing's not being connected. I guess I could put a merger in here, except for the spacing won't be proper. I would need at least a... Oh, I don't know what the hell I would need, actually. Maybe we're gonna have to do a merger. Hold on, let me do that. Let me turn off the power real quick, and this might put us over. I might need to have a whole separate power solution for this. So here is a merger. Now, how does this actually work? Yeah, I think I'm going to need... I don't think this is what I'm looking for, is it? No, I don't think this is going to work. Hold on, let me rethink this thing real quick. Yeah, because this is not connected whatsoever. Well, one way I could do it is extend this thing out a bit, and then instead of having a chute, I could just have it connect up to this, right? Or maybe not, actually. You know what? I'm going to have to destroy this whole little section and redo it, starting here. Okay, I still want it to drop like that, but I'm going to make this go up higher, and we'll just do it. We'll fix it by using depth. So let's place that there like that. There we go. Now let's go straight. Boom. Let's put a right piece right there. And then we could add our splitter right here. There we go. That should work a little bit better now. And then we're going to put a right piece. No, that's not going to work. I need to extend it out just a bit. So destroy, destroy. Okay, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 2-banger here. And then we're going to put the splitter on. Right? And then we're going to put a right piece. Okay, and then after we have that right piece on, I'm going to put this down piece like that. And then I'm going to put the left piece here. Right? And then run this straight through, and then we're going to get it connected to that. Which it's off by 1, so I think I just need to get one of those down pieces. Which I think I just need this here. No, that's the wrong one, bro, you bastard. And I think I just need to put this down piece like that. Okay, it's almost lined up. If we put a left piece in, it won't quite line up. So I need to basically extend this all out just by 1 more, which I have right here. So let's go ahead and destroy this. Put the 1-banger in, boom, right? And then we'll put our right piece on and then reconnect all this. So destroy, destroy. Put the straight piece here and then the right piece on next, right? Like that. And that's actually not right at all because it's still doing the same freaking thing. I must have been clipping something through last time because it didn't line up right, look. Okay, so we need to go out 1 more. So let me go ahead and just destroy these again. And we're going to put another 1-banger in like that. Then we're going to put in our right. We're going to destroy this, this. Put the straight piece in, put another right piece in, and then I need to push this all back 1, right? So we put another right piece like that, and then we'll hook this all back up. So we'll put that in first, boom, and then destroy this. It's a left piece, boom, and then destroy this, which is a down, there we go. And then I just need another left piece right here. And then just a 2-banger should hook this all back up. Okay. And then boom, just like that. Okay. Now this whole thing should be connected again. Let me see here. Let me just dig this out a bit right here. Okay, there we go. That should do. And boom. Okay, there we go. Now everything should be technically connected. Well, not everything. I need to rehook up crouch, bro. Crouch. Developer, bro. Please add a crouch button, would you? Okay, I'm going to keep asking until they do it. Let me get up here. So what do we got going here? Hold on. Where did my splitter go, bro? Oh, I don't have my splitter in? Are you joking? I don't have the splitter in, do I? Crap. Okay, that screws up everything. Okay. Shite, Quad. What the hell are you doing, dude? Ah, damn it, you guys. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this. Okay, so we gotta put the splitter here. There we go. It's gonna run this way. We'll put a straight piece here. We basically made our own little right turn piece. Okay. And then we're going to put a right piece here. And then I basically need to get this connected back up with that. So we need to line it up with this one here. So how far do we need to go? 1, 2, 3. It looks like a 3-banger should do. So let's put the 3-banger right there. And then let's put a right piece right here. That lines back up with this thing. Let's go ahead and destroy this and this. And then we just need to connect this back up with that one. It looks like it's 2 down. So this 8x6 down piece should work just fine like that. And then it looks like just a little 2-banger or 2 1-bangers, which I don't have. So we're just going to have to put in a 2-banger just like that. Boom. There we go. And then that should drop it all into that. Now everything should be connected. Okay, I'm going to have to dig this out a little bit. It looks like I didn't get enough of it. Boom. Okay. That looks better. All right. So this should do it. Let's go take a look at the power plant. This should put us well over our allotment, by the way, of 3,600 kilowatts. Which, if that is the case, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. 3,600, yeah. Let's see what the hopper says. 4,432. So this is not going to work like this. What can we do about that, I wonder? Can we hook up 2 cables to this here? You know what I mean? Because then I could just put a second one of these down. Oh, and I don't even have this hooked up to the coal anymore as well. I didn't even realize that. I must have just been manually doing it. Well, crap. Oh, that's right. This is our hookup for the coal. We're selling it. Okay, that's fair enough. Anyway, well, let me try to put down another one of these and then a separate pole. And I don't know. I'm assuming if I put a second one of these down, a second pole down and hooking it to that, and then hooking that second pole up to this one here, it should work because, well, it just should, right? So let's try it. Oh my God, there's actually a 4,200 kilowatt coal plant now. Interesting. What the hell is our limit, by the way? 44. Okay, it's still over the limit anyways, so we'll just get the standard 3,600 one for 10,000. We're gonna grab another power cable. Well, they do make bigger pylons, by the way, so I technically would be able to hook it up to a larger pylon, I think. But I'm gonna buy another 3,600 pylon. So let's set down the coal plant first. I want it to be exactly the same level as this one. I don't know if I can do that, actually. I might have to get it hooked up first with coal. So let's actually do that. So I'm going to have to set this up like this to at least get it kind of going here. Okay, so I'm going to put this two banger in and then the left piece. And then I think a single piece like that. And then the coal plant. There we go. There we go. Okay, they're next to each other now. Okay, okay. And then I can just destroy all this again. So let's get rid of all of these pipes or all these conveyor belts. Put the left piece back in right here. Boom, it's back connected. We'll be selling coal. And then this one I just need to hook up. In fact, I'm going to steal a stack of coal out of it, right? Like this. Throw it into this one. Fill it up. There we go. And then I just need to hook it up with the power pylon. So let's bring this power pylon over here like this. Boom. Let's grab that. And can we hook two up to this, by the way? We can't. Ah, dude, are you joking me? No, they're not joking. They don't joke. Anyway, we can come back to power. I'm just going to have to buy this 5,400 one. There's not a choice about it. So we're going to grab the 5,400. We are going to stick that right here. And then I need to get rid of this cable. I don't know if there's a way to actually remove cables. So I think we just have to destroy the thing. Put it back, right? And then hook up the cables independently. So here's the 5,400 one. And then we'll bring this over to this one. Boom. And then this one over to that one. There we go. And then we'll hook up this power plant from here to this 3,600 kilowatt one. I mean, what do you mean I can't put that on there? Why the hell not, bro? What are you talking about? Hold on. Let me destroy it. Is it too far? Are you joking me? I think they're not joking. Let me destroy it. Let me try just sticking it back a little bit like that. And then let's see. Okay, that's going to work. Boom. And then we're going to connect this to this one. There we go. So we got a 3,600 watt pylon here. A 3,600 watt one over there because both of those run at 3,600 kilowatts. And then they are merging into the 5,400 kilowatt, which we're only utilizing 4,400 of them. So let's get both of these turned on. There's one. Let's get the second one turned on. There's the second one. And then let's power this thing up. Boom, there we go. What are you talking about? Why would that blow up, bro? That should not blow up, not even in the slightest. You know what I mean? I call junk, bro. That should not happen like that. That thing could handle the 3,600 kilowatts. I mean, it's not even putting that much in because if you split these between the two, with the 50 whatever 100 we got here, 4,400, there's only 2,200 kilowatts going to this one. There was only 2,200 kilowatts going to that one. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna freaking argue the logic. Let's just get rid of this. Get rid of this. I guess we're just gonna have to use this one. So let's go ahead and hook this 54 kilowatt pylon up. Boom, like that. And then we'll just hook the cable straight to that. It should handle it just fine, right? There's only 4,400 kilowatts coming through it, so we'll get this one attached. And then let's get this one attached over here as well. Another 22. Why can't I attach it, bro? Is it too far? Are you joking me? Okay, hold on. It's a little bit too far away. I gotta move it back a little bit. Let's put it back here on this corner. Let me hook these back up again. There's that one. Let's get this one next. Boom, there we go. That's gonna be fine. And then let's attach this to the hopper. There we go. And let's fire this thing on. Boom, beautiful. Now we have everything should be running. I see all the smokestacks pumping out smoke, right? Yep. Okay. Well, this took me an hour, you guys. So let's do a little bit of digging. Let's see and make sure all of this was working properly now. So let's jump back in. We're going to come back over here first because I want to make sure I do add gold to the system here because this should run all the way to the end and drop out into gold bars. But let's come back over here. Let's grab a nice scoop. Boom, there we go. That looks like not a very nice one, by the way. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more here. So let's just aim it down a bit and come in a little bit further, please. And there we go. It's a nice full one. Let's lift it. Let's go dump it. And just, yeah, let's just dump this one a little bit further, please. Okay, I almost missed it. Anyway, let's go get some regular gravel now. I know that one will have gold in it, so that's all I really cared about with that scoop. So let's get over here. Let's do some gravel digs. Well, it's not gravel, bro. It's blasted rock. Anyway, let's come down. Let's level this thing out just a bit. Okay, that's a little bit too much, but it is a full load, so let's go dump it. And boom, here we go. Almost went forward a little bit too far, but there we are. Let's get like maybe 2 or 3 more, just to ensure we got all of the things, the silver, the copper, all of it, right? Let's grab this one from this side. Just come right in for a nice high scoop. There we go. It's a nice full bucket. Let's go dump it off. Uh-oh, you guys. I broke it, you guys. Yeah, it's not working. Let's go and just dump this real quick. Let's hop out. I see a critical flaw in my design here. It's once you start making products, boxes don't actually drop through chutes, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to add a merger to get this side merged up with that side. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Okay, well, let's check this side out. Now this should just be ore. Yeah, see, it's just ore coming down and landing onto the thing. So this is good. This side is looking good as well, as it's all going in. This side over here, everything seems to be working smooth over here. It is splitting. This piece here is splitting from the froth floater. Okay, guys, so it seems like that's the only part that I really screwed up on, was that chute right there. So yeah, I just got to figure out a merger solution to get that combined. I guess I could probably merge it somewhere into like right here. I might have to move those machines over a bit, and it would be fine just to run it through those machines anyway. So yeah, I think we'll just do that. We'll try to set up the merger right there, but everything else seems to be done. Let's just go ahead and grab these boxes real quick. Open. Okay, they're not there actually, so they must just be right here. There they are. Steel beams. You know what? Let me fix my inventory as well. Okay, there we go. I got everything kind of down here. Let me pick these up. So there's, yeah, we'll be making aluminum bloom, but I don't care too much about that. Let's check out the storage real quick, but we should pretty much have everything in here. Let's see. Ah, dude, something's not working. Okay, fair enough. That might have been from the first run though, when I didn't have all that stuff hooked up. So might have to try that again. Let me just grab all this stuff. Yeah, because the lithium and all that's not getting melted for some weird reason. Both of these are all running. Yeah, I think it was just because of what happened before when everything was turned off. So let's dump all this into the machine again and just run it all through one more time. Actually, before we do that, let's shut it down, which now in order to shut it down, we do got to shut off both of these. So there we go. Let's do the merger solution first, and then we'll throw everything back into the hopper and we'll figure it out. So we just basically need to get rid of all of this that's going up in the air, since boxes can't fit through chutes. Makes sense, right? The chute is a circle, a box is a square. So anyway, let's go and just get rid of these, and then we're going to put the merger in right here, which means I need to bump all of this over just by 1, right? So, or maybe more than 1 actually. But anyway, I got the merger right here. Let's stick this in like this. No, I don't want it to go like that. I'd want it to be like this, basically. Which I think these are overlapping. Let me go and destroy this thing real quick. No, that would actually work. Yeah, that should work, right? Yeah, I think so. So if I put that piece back in, which is a left, that connects up with the merger. It's going to head in that way. So we basically just need to connect that to this side. So let's put in this left piece again, another left piece like that, and then just a bunch of straight pieces to get this connected. I'm going to dig this out real quick as well. Boom, there we go. I got it all kind of dug out, and then let's just add our straight pieces now. So boom, that's just right. So boom, there we go. Okay. Now this should work just fine. So let's go and fire it all back up again. I'm going to dump all this stuff back into the thing. So let's turn this one on, grab this one as well. And then I think I just have to turn on the hopper. Boom, there we go. We're at even 4,400 now for our kilowatts. Let's just dump all this into the hopper here, silver ore, lithium, gold, blasted rock, copper. We're going to put the bars back in as well. It'll all pass through and get back to the end. That should be everything. Let's just kick it on, and then let's go continue digging, and let's grab a couple more scoops. But that should cover all of the problems. Okay, here's one bucket. All right, here is the second bucket. And here is the third and final bucket. Let's just dump it. Let's hop out and let's see if everything's running right. We're going to come up through here. We're just going to follow it. It's going to go through the trommel. It's going to separate out any pay dirt and regular dirt, which is going to go through there and get sold. If we take a look, this one's dropping any coal off and we're selling the coal. But anyway, it's coming through. It's getting sorted out. Now that blasted rock's going straight ahead. It's turning into gravel. It's going through the jaw crusher. All of that through the frother, coming out the frother, heading over this way, dropping down onto the belt. It's getting split two ways. Damn it, bro. Look, I screwed something up right here. I got a box right here. Yeah, this was the stuff that I entered into the hopper, so I think that's the only problem with that. Yeah, because the rest of this should be fine. Because this is just where the metal sorter is. And it's separating out through the bottom. It's taking in steel and aluminum. And then everything else is passing through the front, which is this belt, which is going to be all of your regular dirt. It's falling through here, landing onto this one, which this one brings it up, right? I should have some more dirt going through here so we could actually see it in process. But anyway, then it splits. Half of it's coming down through this way, going into the high temperature smelter. The other half is splitting off this way, going into the regular one. And damn it, these freaking things again. What's in these boxes, bro? This shouldn't be anything, right? No, that shouldn't be there. I think that was from when I dumped it all into the hopper. So anyway, I don't see any other hang-ups. Let's check out the storage real quick and see what's all in here. Okay, it looks like some regular ore came through again, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'm definitely screwing something up here. But check it out, we got steel beams, iron sheets, copper sheets, steel sheets. So we're getting all the sheets. Let me just grab this ore and throw it back into the hopper over here and see what the hell's going wrong. Because everything should get smelted at some point. There shouldn't be anything raw. But this time we're only going, like those steel beams never even went through. Anyway, we're going to only put in the ore itself. Consume. Let's see what happens to it. And then it's going to come up through here. Half of it's going into the high temperature smelter. The other half is getting split off into the regular smelter. Okay, I think there was just a fluke with that last one. Or look, there is still something running through here. What is it? There are, I mean, we are making stuff, but there is raw ore coming through as well, it looked like. So yeah, do you see it right here? Look. What is this? Oh, it's just melted. Okay. They just doesn't have it simulated yet as far as the textures on the conveyor belt go. Okay, so there shouldn't be anything raw anymore in this storage, right? Let's just find out real quick. Is it all done? It is. And now look, they still came through. Well, damn it, bro. Did I forget to put the bar machine on? Where the hell's that bar machine? No, it's right here. Why isn't it getting smelted? Okay, hold on. Something's screwing up here with this whole system. Copper, gold, and that is not getting smelted for some reason. Oh, you know why? I know why. Because the part that's going through the high temperature smelter. Wait, hold on. Why aren't they getting smelted? It's lithium, copper, and gold. Because the only thing that gets smelted in the high temperature smelter is iron, aluminum, and silicon. The regular smelter does the copper, silver, and gold, and platinum, and all that. So, which one is this? Oh, that's the high temperature smelter. Oh, that's why I have it backwards. This one's supposed to be the high temperature smelter, where that one's supposed to be the regular one. Okay. Yeah, I screwed that up somehow. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. And then we're going to put the regular smelter right here. And then everything should work. So regular smelter goes here. High temperature smelter goes here. So whatever comes in through this is going to get turned into steel and what have you. And then this side will be the regular smelter. So all that stuff should come down through here, like the iron and all of that, and get turned into regular iron. and all the other things, and then whatever is in the high temperature smelter should just pass right on through and not have a problem. Okay. Let me grab this stuff again. I already grabbed it apparently. Let's do a few more digs. We're gonna just drop these items in real quick, which was gold, copper, and lithium. Now all of this should get eaten, or should get smelted, right? Half of it's going into the high temperature, the other half is going into the regular, and there she goes, right? And then everything should be getting worked now. Now I might have a couple redundancies in here, so I'm aware. I feel like I'm aware anyway. I'm not entirely sure if I'm aware of it, but I feel like there's some redundancies. I feel like I don't need the other high temperature one. Oh no, I do, because I'm doing just aluminum and steel on that one. This one here is doing everything else. Okay. So anyway, here comes all that stuff. Let's go take a look at the storage. There should be no raw ore in there now. No raw ore. Beautiful. So you know what? We're going to do a fresh run. Let me go ahead and put all of the stuff in there real quick. And then let's do a couple more digs just to make sure. But if we look here, we do got steel beams being made. We have steel sheets being made. We have iron sheets being made. We don't have any bars being made though. Or not bars, but rods. But there's a reason for it. Because everything that does the rod thing, it also freaking, these things do it as well. So we're not actually getting any of that. So I would have to put a splitter on and then a chute or something to fall in right there, which I could probably do, honestly. I don't know where, but I could, I'm sure. Maybe like somewhere inside of here. But let's do some more digs and then we'll figure it out. I'm just going to get a few more just to make sure everything's running properly. But I would like to do those rods. Let me see if I can figure it out real quick. Hold on. Well, if I can do it, I can't do it very easily, because I would have to put a splitter like right here, I think, and split half of it over to this belt, so then it goes through that. I could probably do that actually, now thinking about it. So let me try it. I'm gonna get rid of this. We're gonna throw a splitter right there. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to redo this side, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem, right? I should be able to put a left piece right here like that, and then just hook the machines up to right there. So let's go destroy this thing. Let's stick it on right here. It's the coil roller, and then we just need to butt all this over. So let's get rid of this one. Let's put that left piece on like that, and then I just need to combine these up. Now we should be able to put a one banger there, put the merger back in right here. Now we can hook this back up with a two banger. Boom, just like that. And now I just need to get this side hooked back up. It is off by one here. Now we could do this a couple ways. It's gonna be a little bit difficult though. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging, I think, but we're gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna be putting an offset right piece just like here. There we go. And then we're just gonna get all this connected back up. So let me go ahead and dig this out real quick. Oh, check it out. I just been promoted. Level 28. I'm a millwright, by the way. But boom, there we go. That should be good. Okay, so let's just destroy this, right? Stick it back into place. Boom, just like that. And then we need to get rid of this piece. And then stick it back into place just like that. And then I need to dig it out just a bit more. Boom, just like that. And then we just need to delete this one and put it back down. And now everything should connect back up. Let me redig this out real quick though. There we go. Put the merger back in. Put the left piece back in. Now everything should be hooked back up again, and it should all work this time as well. So let's just do a couple digs. We're gonna go ahead and empty it out though. Okay, boom, there we go. Now that that's emptied, let's go do some digs and let's see how this all turns out. We should get everything though, from sheets to rods to bars to steel beams. So let's do like 3 or 4 more digs real quick. Okay, here's one from that left side back there, where that coal is. I'm gonna try to do this all in different spots. Okay, here's the second one. It's from the middle of that area back there where that coal is. Okay, here is the third one from the right side over there. Okay, and here is the fourth one from the gold section. So let's dump it. Let's shut her down. Let's hop out and let's see how everything is going. Everything should be working properly now, and we should be making pretty much everything, right? Yeah. And then once we start doing the pay dirt, we'll go ahead and get that all set up, because this is the pay dirt line. And then of course this one here is coal. But anyway, let's get up here. Let's make sure everything's running properly. These are getting split. There we go. Let's head up. Okay, and they're coming down. So it's going through, what is that, the regular smelter first now? I can't remember how I got it set up. Or is that the high temperature one? I can't tell the difference between the two, visually speaking anyway. If we take a look over here, everything seems to be running just fine. Yeah, it looks like it's all doing its thing, right? I hope so. I hope so, man. Oh, shit, hold on. Stop the freaking products. I forgot one huge problem here, bro. I forgot to hook this side up. Crap. You know what? Let me turn it off real quick before it all runs through. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice that. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me just turn this off, and then this one as well. Boom. Okay, I got it. Damn it, bro. What the hell is wrong with you, Quad? Didn't even notice right here. Yeah, this splitter needs to connect over to this side. So if that's the case, I need to set up a merger. Since there are boxes, merger is going to have to be what we choose. So there we go. And then we need to connect this in. So let me go ahead and destroy this and then this. And then how am I going to merge this, bro? Okay, so I could stick this here like this. And then we could put a one piece in right here like that. And then we're going to have to bring this out. So we're going to have to get an up piece. Stick that right here. That will work. And then we're going to put a left piece in right there. Okay. And then I just need to put a down piece in. Boom, just like that. And is that the same level? It looks like it. Let's grab another left. Two of them, in fact. One there and one here. And then we just need to put a two banger in right there. And that should merge them in. So boom, there we go. Okay, and that should actually do the thing, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure because this is coming out. It's going that way, which is running through the coil machine, the sheet machine, turning it into steel plates. And then the other side is going to come up this way, go down, merge onto this, run through, and it's going to make basically just pure rods. Okay, let's turn everything back on, and now this should run. Okay, it should anyway. Let's see. Then we need to turn the hopper on. Boom. I actually have some blasted rock in here, so I'm going to drop off my blasted rock. There we go. We are using 4,600, almost 4,700 kilowatts of power now. Anyway, all of this should be doing its thing now. We should have rods being made. Let's go find out. Yeah, let's see. This did stop, however, so I'm going to have to pick these up, unfortunately. And there we go. Can I put them back into this, I wonder? I cannot. I'm going to just try to throw all these melted pieces back into the hopper over here. It should be fine. So, boom, 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 and boom. Okay, all that stuff should find its way back. At least I'm hoping so. It's not, bro. It's going to screw up because of the boxes. Damn it. Okay, well, we'll just let it do its thing. Yep, there they are. They're getting stuck already over here. All right, well, fair enough. It's not really, but it's fair enough. Whatever. Let me grab these boxes, however. I'm going to have to see if I can manually put them into maybe this thing. It is kind of wild. Why can't we manually put stuff on? What about onto the conveyor belt? Yeah, why can't we manually put stuff, bro? That kind of blows, don't it? No, it doesn't kind of blow. It definitely blows. Anyway, we do got boxes in this one. Okay, so this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to do another run real quick. Let me just make sure all the boxes are unclogged real quick from the chutes. Okay, let's go do a couple more digs. I'm just going to have to sell all this melted stuff, I guess. Let's go to sell. Let's get rid of it. $1,077, $7, $200, $77, and $126. Okay. Let's do a couple more digs again. Okay, here's one bucket. Here is the second bucket. Here is the third bucket. And here is the fourth bucket, which is just gold. Well, it's from the gold pit. Anyway, let's shut her down. Let's get over it. Let's see if everything's running properly. It should be. I hope anyway. We shouldn't have any more boxes stuck in chutes. And if we have a look, okay, nothing stuck in this chute. Nothing stuck in that chute. Okay, and everything seems to be running smooth up through this way. And we should be getting rods made now. Let's take a look at the rod machine. That's aluminum bloom, melted gold. Well, you can't make gold rods. That's fine. Well, it looks like a lot of gold. It looks like the last bit is all coming through, that last scoop that I had. Okay. Anyway, let's just kind of wait for it to finish here. Okay, and boom. Okay, it's all done actually now. Everything's stopped. Let's take a look at the storage, and we should have everything in here now. And check it out. I almost do, but I, for some reason, have some aluminum ore. I don't know if that was a fluke from the prior system. Let's take a look at everything. We got steel beams. We got steel sheets. We got steel rods. We have iron sheets. And we have iron rods. We got copper sheets. We have copper rods. And then we have a lithium, gold, and silver bars with some aluminum bloom. So we are, in fact, doing all of the things. And it looks like we're getting all of the things as well. So I think this is a pretty successful setup. There might be some redundancies in here, some inefficiencies in here, but that's okay. As long as we're getting all the things, that's all I really care about. But we're going to go ahead and end it here, you guys. Yeah, before we do, though, let's go ahead and collect everything. And let's go and sell everything and see how much we actually get from that short bit of digging. Before we do, though, I need to go shut off the power plants. So let's turn this off. Let's turn this off. Let's come to the store and let's sell everything. So we'll start with steel rods. 546, iron rods 140, copper rods 140. There's that aluminum or aluminum bloom, those 10,000. Copper sheets 8.7 thousand. The gold, on the other hand, 107,000. We are at 650,000 right now, by the way. Lithium 47,000. Silver 11,000. Steel beams 44,000. Steel sheets 13,000. Iron sheets 13,000. And that's everything that I got. What are we up to? 884,000. So we made a couple 100,000 from all of that stuff. But yeah, that should be it for this one, you guys. So we'll get continued in the next one and just keep on digging. And after that, we're going to have to start setting up a proper like building section or whatever to where we can turn all those things into stuff, right? Like a CNC section. But that'll be it for this one, you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, my name is Quad, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Later on, everybody. Later, the flip on.